Restored Republic via GCR, updated June 19, 2025. By Tierra, Thursday, June 19, 2025. Dear listeners, you've been through more than you let on, more than anyone knows. The sleepless nights, the family, friends, and strangers who laughed at you, the times you questioned yourself. The times you had nothing left, but still chose to believe. You stood firm when others gave up. You stayed when it would have been easier to walk away. That makes you rare, dangerous, and destined. You may not feel it now, but this is the final stretch before everything changes. The day will come when you will sit in silence and remember the version of you that refused to give up, the one who showed up broken, exhausted, and ridiculed, but never gave up on the vision. That day is coming. And when it comes, you will cry, but not because you are hurting, because it all finally makes sense. All the pain, the doubt, the delays, and all the missed opportunities. It wasn't punishment. It was preparation. You weren't born to get rich quick. You were born to become unstoppable. You are awake, alive, and you know this matters. Right now you are too far gone to turn around and too close to give up. The storm is loud, but your intuition is even louder, and it has been screaming at you from the start. Hang in there. Just hang in there. This moment is once in a lifetime. You will not see it again. Not like this. Not at this price. Not with this setup. So breathe. Trust your instinct. Silence the noise, and when it's over, when it's finally over, you'll be the person they ask how you knew. And you'll smile, because deep down, you always knew. I'm proud of you. You're almost there. Finish the mission. I love you. An anonymous signature from someone who is protecting themselves but can't wait for everyone to know, not out of pride, this feeling we know on this planet, but out of honor, to be rooting for all of you. What we think we know as of Thursday, June 19, 2025. Wednesday, June 18, 2025. Senate passes Genius Act, new U.S. Treasury dollar coming. 1 Echo on X, Genius ACT has passed the Senate. New U.S. Treasury dollar coming. Operation Sandman. Over 100 nations unite to overthrow the fiat U.S. dollar and replace it with the gold and asset-backed U.S. dollar. Global Military Alliance. Military organization of 207 nations participating in the global currency reset. Possible timing. On Saturday, June 14, 2025, the Quantum Financial System (QFS) officially came under full operational control. Global banking structures were synchronizing with the asset-backed structure, dismantling the last remnants of the fiat system. On Sunday, June 15, the integration began QFS Mass. Based on internal communications from secure servers, the Emergency Broadcast System, EBS, or a parallel encrypted alert system could go live to inform the public of next steps. Text messages, emails, push notifications. Mid-June 2025, in accordance with Trump's Patriot Wealth Directive, restitution and reparations, R&R payments begin in mid-June, a gold-backed compensation for every theft you've suffered. On Thursday, June 19, Rainbow Wallet Full Mode will launch, unlocking sovereign payment options and historical bond credit assignments. On the same Friday, June 20th, the 10 Days of Darkness will begin via the Starlink satellite system. During this time, all traditional media will go offline. 24/7 documentaries will be broadcast globally via the Emergency Broadcast System, detailing every development in the dollar's decline American and the rise of sovereign freedom for all 209 Gesara-compliant nations. On Wednesday, June 25, 2025, the first wave of wealth redistribution will be launched. Redemption centers will begin processing in-person appointments under the full Gesara protocol. According to sources at 2 U.S. Treasury agencies, the schedule is already filling with approved Tier 4B participants, and millions of people will receive their initial funds, empowering communities and sparking local economic recovery projects around the world. Secure delivery of Vatican Black Ledger files. Public release via QFS channel. Between Sunday, June 29 and Friday, July 4, 2025, a blackout period is expected at EBS Bank as systems adjust to new exchange rates and the global financial system. Tuesday, July 1 to Thursday, July 3, mass activation of gold certificates in wallets North American QFS. Friday, July 4, 2025, public announcement of the new American Republic under the concepts of the original Constitution and official launch of the global currency reset. Gesara implementation statement, coordinated global signal via QFS. Planetary Jubilee Declaration and full launch of EBS broadcast begin. On Friday, July 4, 2025, President Trump will host a monumental Independence Day celebration, marking 250 years since 1776, symbolizing the rebirth of a free republic under Gesara. The celebrations will be coupled with global QFS announcements and unveilings of new sovereign infrastructure. Saturday, July 5 and beyond, Treasury-backed rainbow notes become primary medium of exchange. Fiat currencies enter terminal phase. Saturday, July 5, Mon. July 14, QFS mass biometric synchronization implemented, rainbow currency activated. Global currency reset. Tuesday, June 17, Bruce. Over the next 4 days, global trading will be enabled by the gold-backed USN currency. On the evening of Sunday, June 22 and Monday, June 23, we will be able to receive notifications about Tier 4B, the Internet Group commitments to exchanges starting Tuesday, June 24. What you need to know. NESRA and QFS plan. The RV redemption process has begun. Real signature forms such as NDAs, non-disclosure agreements between asset owners, and post-redemption plan documents, all within the exclusive world of redemption centers. The RV redemption process is unfolding, and it involves more than just money. At these support centers, we, the people, will receive higher exchange rates, Q phones, Q laptops, and even rainbow currency. If you have prepared your fund, entered into the humanitarian initiative, you are in a prime position to benefit. This is not just a financial reset, it is God's plan, working through us to help humanity, and you are ready to get to work. Redemption types, exchange. For holders of Zimbabwean dollars, ZIM, dinar and dong, exchange rates at redemption centers are double digits, with values backed by gold. The Zimbabwean dollar ZIM has a 1:1 relationship with the new US dollar, USDN. You will be asked to allocate a portion of your funds to humanitarian projects. We are not just saving ourselves, we are saving the world. XRP buyback. There is a $1 million token value of XRP set by the QFS, already reflected in quantum accounts. This buyback is part of a larger strategy to stabilize global markets and eradicate evil. This is about more than money. This is about justice, about freedom, and about taking back what is ours. Using internal communications from secure servers, the Emergency Broadcast System, EBS, or a parallel encrypted alert system can go live to inform the public of next steps. Text messages, emails, push notifications. All set to go. Every citizen will receive a unique secure code, wallet activation instructions, confirmation of debt elimination status. President Donald J. Trump has long warned of the fragility of the dollar and the globalist conspiracy behind it. Now, with Sandman in action, he is preparing the counterattack, re-establish a gold-backed U.S. currency, launch a sovereign digital dollar, cut ties with globalist banking networks, declare economic martial law if necessary. But history will remember this moment, when more than 100 nations said enough is enough, and ended the counterfeit empire with a whisper, not a war. The Great Reset is no longer coming. It has already begun. Support Trump. Brace for impact. And remember this, silence can destroy an empire. In Berlin, senior officials at the Deutsche Bundesbank were forced to attend blackout sessions. Diplomatic immunity was revoked, data records were seized, private servers were mined by Space Force units under protective jurisdiction. Germany's digital gold certificate program, once a secret fund, is now under audit by the QFS. What they promised governments doesn't exist. But what they stole from the people does. The World Bank has collapsed. Its satellite office in Nairobi, a key hub for siphoning off climate funds through synthetic ESG initiatives, was shut down yesterday under military rule. The files recovered include hundreds of forged development contracts linked to ghost tribes, extinct zones, and ghost villages, all beneficiaries of decades of misappropriated funding. At the same time, the U.S. Federal Reserve Fed branches in Atlanta and Minneapolis suffered technical anomalies, the internal term for the network's disconnection from the old SWIFT rails. What this really means, they've been hacked. All attempts to bypass QFS validation via international crypto corridors have failed. Binance data centers are under surveillance. Ripple has complied. Tether is next. And yet, the public still believes the economy is recovering. Because the facade hasn't fallen yet. But when it does, it will happen quickly. Old credit scores? Obsolete. Tax tracking systems? Archived. Personal debt structures? Already mapped for erasure. The final phase involves a mass psychological transition. That's why the Quantum Communication Network, QCN, was built in parallel, to override media control and guide the awakening without panic. Test broadcasts have already taken place in 11 zones. If you missed them, you weren't tuned in to the right signal. And now, take a deep breath. Because you've made it this far, and it wasn't by accident. You held on when so many fell. You stood up when everything around you told you to give up. And even without visible proof, you kept going, because your soul always knew. Now, the world is teetering on the brink of a rebirth. Silently, the wheels of justice are turning. The strongholds of the old system are crumbling. What was secret will be revealed. What was debt will be erased. And what was promise is now fulfillment. You are alive in one of the most important moments in the history of humanity. And even though no one has applauded you until now, the entire universe whispers in your direction, I saw you. I recognize you. You won. Soon those who mocked, those who doubted, those who abandoned, will come to you and ask, how did you know? And you will not need to prove anything. You will just smile. Because the truth speaks for itself. Because justice has finally arrived. And because what you carry in your heart has always been real. Get ready. The world will change before your eyes. But before it all begins, hear this. Thank you for not giving up. Thank you for keeping the light on. The mission is almost accomplished. And when everything is aligned, everyone will know that you were here, standing firm, before it was easy to believe. You are part of the liberation. You are part of the reconstruction. You are part of the new earth. This is your time. The truth has won. And you have won with it.